Today we're gonna do an alternate build, B model or whatever you want to call it, of the official LEGO Speed Champions Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, only using the pieces included in that one set to recreate specifically the Audi RS6. We're also checking the progress of an SLS AMG Black Series build, and I'm doing a bit of a review of the original Challenger set. So doing an alternate build of this new Speed Champions SRT or Challenger SRT Hellcat today. A very spontaneous video, hadn't planned to do this at all. Oops. And also just wanted to let you know that the instructions for the model I'm about to build should be available at the website when this video gets released. Link in the bio, and it really supports the channel, so thank you so much. Right, but first and foremost, I think this might be the best one of this wave of Speed Champions. Don't get many official ones, but always get some of each wave. But we might as well start with building this up and do a bit of a review or something. First bag done. These crystals were interesting. Wonder what's up with those. Hope it's a genius building technique. And now skis apparently as well. Yes, a printed logo. Thank you, LEGO. I'm starting to understand the crystals and skis now. It's of course to get the right measurements for the rear lights. Keeping them in place, I guess. Very, very clever. Great job, LEGO. Very clever to cover up the grille pieces to create the rear lights for the Challenger. I don't actually think they got the idea at all from the 918. I don't have that much hubris. It's not super unique, and this was probably already designed when I released this. So at least I'm just really flattered that LEGO thought in the same way. And it works so well for the Challenger as well. Probably better than my Challenger. Right, to be honest, my parts awareness hasn't been the best lately, but is this a new piece? If it is, it's a very welcomed one. Bag 2 done. Three done, and now the rear is definitely done as well. Now it's the final bag. Done, and my initial impressions are really great. Alright, gonna keep this brief because I guess there's already so many reviews of this out there. Some things I love, first and foremost, the headlights and the rear lights. I love that they are brick built, super creative solutions, and the end result is really good and really accurate, I think. The hood vents are also pretty creative and look really good. And then we have the interior, which I feel like they really stepped up this time, and also love the cup in the middle. And such a great choice the LEGO group did, going with dark red. Yeah, just in general, I think this looks really good. I just think LEGO gets too much hate or whatever. This just is a real great model and a really great set. But of course, I don't think you get the official LEGO sets because they are the most accurate and best looking models out there, and when it comes to Speed Champions, replicated after their real life counterparts. If you want that, just get any other mock out there. But I think the actual reason you get the official LEGO sets is because it's from a really strong, trustworthy brand that create really reliable, good, durable, easy to build, relatively inexpensive models that you easily can get your hands on. And when it comes to that, I think LEGO is insanely good. So in my opinion, I just think LEGO in general get too much criticism, especially when there's so many mock creators and mocks and instructions and custom kits out there these days. And of course it's okay to not want to go through the hassle of getting digital instructions and ordering parts and all of that. And I guess that's most people, and most people just want to grab an official LEGO set. But with that being said, I just think we have to remember what the LEGO Group actually is offering. Great, reliable, relatively inexpensive products from, again, a very trustworthy and super one of the strongest brands in the world. And if we want to get the absolute best model out there, get a mock, or even better, build one yourself, because I'm absolutely certain most of you are able to do really great models yourselves if you just put your mind to it. I definitely believe that. Anyway, that was a long speech or talk or rant or whatever, but if I had to give some criticism to this, first, I just think it looks a little bit too low or flat or long or whatever. I think that's more my personal preference and how I like my Speed Champions cars. I think the rear diffuser looks a little bit too basic and the lip spoiler looks a little bit too big. I understand why they did it. I know I've done it with bar pieces, for example for the G80 M3 I just designed, but that makes it quite a bit more fragile. Plus, I think that maybe would have looked too small instead. The wheels, I think they look pretty good, but maybe not super accurate to any of the wheels you see on the real-life counterpart. And last but not least, I love that we don't have any stickers. Thank you, LEGO. Those who followed this channel for a while know that I'm not a huge sticker fan. They have their place, but it's just so much more satisfying to have printed parts and not have to apply stickers. And it's not that many graphics either, which is awesome. But now, enough talking and reviewing and all of that. Let's now take this apart and begin with alternate build. One criteria is that I don't want to use the extra pieces for the alternate build, as they so easily disappear when you've built up the model. Doesn't this look pretty good? So then I began with taking apart the original Challenger build. And yeah, that build didn't last long, but it's for an alternate, of course. I think it is a pretty good selection of parts we got to work with, so I think it's kinda promising. And now to deciding what car to actually build as the alternate build. I think something that's iconic in lime green. And the first thing that comes to my mind, at least then, is a Lambo. Looking to the parts, maybe an Urus, but LEGO already made a Speed Champions Urus in lime green. I already designed an Urus that I'm still really happy with. So then it's probably better with a Murcielago or maybe a Miura. If we're not going the Lambo route, then maybe Mr. Bean's Mini would be fun, but maybe not, especially not with this wind. Or actually, if you put the windscreen like this. I don't know. Maybe not with this windscreen. Another car that comes to my mind is the BMW M4, which had kind of a lime green or green launch color, if I remember correctly. And looking to the pieces, that could absolutely work. But I think I will just start experimenting with these pieces and see if I come up with something that looks like any car or something, and we will take it from there. I started with checking out the Miura and tried coming up with something, some kind of front for it. But I don't know, it might have worked, but it didn't feel right. So scrap that idea. Then I tried the M4, which I so badly wanted to work, but it became too complex. I'm not saying it wouldn't have worked, but again, it wasn't very straightforward. But after a few more model tries, I finally came up with a car that felt promising thanks to some pieces that would make the perfect logo for the front of this car. I'm absolutely not the first one coming up with this logo technique. I think SP Lineup on Instagram was first, but I think many versions of it have been made, and this is what I did with the pieces at hand. So it will become an Audi, most likely an RS6, if there's enough parts for that. Because of course this is a coupe and RS6 is a station wagon, so it's just all in all a bigger car, but aiming for that as well, because it's so requested. Even though I've designed an RS6 before as well, but that was an ABT-R, and yeah, want to do another one. Alright, so now I've designed the rear as well. I think it looks pretty good, but now I'm really starting to feel the limited selection of parts. I think, unfortunately, or actually some of you may actually prefer that, to me at least, it's unfortunately, we might have to make the roof black instead of course it's black here in the middle, but the whole roof black. Maybe not the spoiler part, but the rest. Because we don't have any tiles or something to cover up the mud guards here. And then of course we have these, but this will be for the sides here. And then we will have this here. Even the hood I had to be a bit creative with now and use the printed parts, but in this way. It looks really promising now, but yeah, really starting to feel the limited parts selection. But let's keep on going. So then I removed the roof and took it apart just to be certain I had enough line pieces for the sides of the car. I also rebuilt the hood slightly to save some more tile pieces, and after that I built up the sides. Really wanted to use the ski pieces for this as well. To find a way to incorporate them as part of the diffuser. Not super accurate to the real car, but I like it. So now it's almost done, and considering the huge parts limitation, I think it looks pretty good. It looks a little bit like a modified RS6 with a blacked out roof and also these arrow fins or whatever I added. The rear bumper and diffuser looks pretty aggressive as well. But all in all, I think it looks pretty good, and I'm so excited to develop the instructions and offer them to you, because this is just gonna be so much more accessible to most of you compared to my other designs and models, as you only have to get the official Challenger set, which I guess many of you already have gotten. But now let's create the interior with the limited pieces that are left. Didn't have high expectations for the interior, but at least I was able to create some seats that look pretty good. Other than that, I of course included a steering column and couldn't miss that cup in the middle. Illegal building technique, I know, but I had to, and it worked really well. Since I knew minifigs wouldn't fit in the back seats and the car already looked modified, I decided to just build kind of a roll cage back there instead. Let's now create some custom wheels. I know that's not included in the set, of course you don't have to, but I really want to do it for this model. The model I actually had planned to do for this video was the SLS AMG Black Series, but I didn't come very far with that. So then I started designing the wheels, which I this time made into some wheel covers, so you'd be able to use the original Lego wheels that's included in the set. Then it was just to 3D print them. The digital instructions for this should be available at the website by now, and I really hope this will be something that's a bit more accessible for most of you, because if you have the official set, you will be able to build this RS6 with only the pieces from that set and model, except the custom wheels of course. But I think the print files for these wheel covers will be available for free to download also over at the website, probably under the custom parts section, and the instructions should also have been added to the Ultimate Lego Car Instructions bundle for free as well to those of you who already purchased it. And if you haven't, I think it's still at a pretty big discount, just so you know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you liked today's video. A bit different of course. Let me know what you thought about it and if I should do more videos like this. Maybe another alternate build from this, or from another official Speed Champion set like this, or maybe this. I actually thought about making the new Lamborghini Temerario. Temerario. And I'm supposed to be a car geek. Anyway, I thought about making a Lamborghini Temerario from this. So let me know what you think and what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the instructions. It supports the channel a whole lot. And as always, brick it up, turn it loose, and let your creativity burn rubber. Bye for now.